Anthropology studies indicate that humans evolved on a diet with a ratio of omega-6 and omega-3 essential fatty acids of approximately 1. But unfortunately, the Western diet's ratio is highly skewed, that is 15:1. A 2016 study indicates that this ratio may even be higher, perhaps 20:1 or more. According to the same study, omega-6 and omega-3 4:1 ratio was associated with a 70% decrease in total mortality. The breast cancer risk was reduced with an improved ratio, a ratio of 2 to 3:1 suppressed inflammation in patients with arthritis, and a ratio of 4:1 had a beneficial effect of patients with asthma. So guys, for optimal health, a ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 of maximum 4:1 or less should suffice. But the ratio in today's Western diet is skewed because of the soaring popularity of vegetable oils. Now this chart shows a consumption of different types of fats in the past 100 years. You can see the meteoric rise in the consumption of vegetable oils, mainly soybean oil, and a downward trend for lard and butter. Out of all the vegetable oils, soya grabbed the most market share as it's cheap. This is why you find soya bean oil both liquid and partially hydrogenated in many processed foods. Now, soya bean oil has one of the highest percentages of calories from omega-6 fatty acids, and other oils that are very high in omega-6 are safflower oil, grapeseed oil, corn oil, cottonseed oil, rice bran oil, sesame oil, sunflower, and many more. Now, scores of scientific studies suggest that omega-6 promotes free radical production and chronic inflammation. This is because omega-6 has many carbon double bonds, making them highly reactive and sensitive to heat, oxygen, and light. They can get easily oxidized and turn into free radicals. Excessive free radical exposure in cells can increase the risk of heart disease, cancer, and DNA damage, and even accelerate the aging process. I have already explained the signs of free radicals in my previous video, and here let me just briefly explain what we mean by inflammation and why it is super bad for our health when it becomes chronic. Let me start by saying that inflammation is actually essential for our survival. Think of the time when you got hurt. Your body immediately starts to form a clot around that area to stop the blood. Now this area gets inflamed, that is reddish and swollen, and the repair process begins. Now this is called acute inflammation. Now acute means immediate and short term. Depending on how severe your wound is, the inflammation goes away after a few days or so. However, chronic inflammation is different. It's persistent and stays on for months or even years. Now, the common symptoms of chronic inflammation are body pain, aches, fatigue, frequent gas, bloating, constipation, unwanted weight gain, frequent infections like fever, ulcer, mouth sores, anxiety, and even depression. Now, stress, obesity, alcohol, smoking, excessive junk food consumption, and eating foods high in omega-6 that disrupt the omega-6 and 3 ratio are a few critical factors that causes chronic inflammation. Now, guys, to summarize, excessive omega-6 intake and less omega-3 intake increases free radical damage and chronic inflammation. Both these are strong underlying factors in significantly increasing the risk of all sorts of chronic diseases. Based on our genetic patterns and how we have evolved as human species, a balanced ratio of omega-6 and 3 of maximum 4:1 should suffice for good health. How do we ensure this? It's quite simple, really. Reduce the intake of omega-6 and increase the intake of omega-3. You can start by eating fat sources like nuts and seed, eat the egg yolk, and focus on drinking whole milk. The fat in these food sources are natural and exist as nature intended them to. Include fatty fish in your diet. If you don't eat fish, supplement with krill oil. If you're a vegan, then go for algae or flaxseed oil. And needless to say, replace any oils that are high in omega-6 with oils that have a higher percentage of calories from monosaturated fats and saturated fats. Ghee, coconut oil, extra virgin olive oil, or avocado oil are excellent fat sources that you should seriously consider cooking your meals in. I've made a detailed video of the top 11 cooking oils globally and ranked them from best to worst. I hope you found this video informative and useful. If you did, smash the like button, consider subscribing and hit the bell icon if you want to be notified when the next video like this comes out. Thanks for watching. Ciao.